Greetings everybody, I'm Amy Bachman, your host of SewInformed.com. Today we're going to talk about metallic threads. It doesn't matter what brand you buy or what size spool you have, metallic threads can be just a little bit fussy. And not just adjusting your tension, but how the thread is delivered to the tension assembly and the needle makes a world of difference. The first thing you need to do is make sure you're using the proper setup for your machine, and that requires a little felt pad. Now this little felt pad goes on the original spool pin, just like that. And I use a felt pad for every kind of thread. It helps keep the spool from back spinning and getting that kind of whip effect that makes things get a little bit looser. If you don't have a felt pad, then by all means just take a piece of fleece and cut your own. And just poke a little hole in the middle and use that on your bottom spool cap to hold your threads. Now when it comes to metallic thread, the key to metallic thread is, first of all, the better the quality, the better you're going to get. I prefer a polyester metallic that looks like metallic and is metallic. When you have something that's 100% metallic, it becomes even squirrelier. Now to prevent that, as it's going through, you may have noticed your metallic thread twists and start to go into knots before it hits your tension assembly. How to prevent that is very simple. If you're lucky enough to have a thread telescope that's an option for your machine, where the thread comes down and it has a long way to go before it gets to your tension assembly, that's a good idea. If you don't have anything, sometimes a little spool stand, just like this, works very well. Now the key to a spool stand is, the further it's away from your machine, the better. The last thing you want to do is the thread to be caught here. Before you know it, you have a whole spool of thread wound on your take-up lever, or your hand wheel, sorry, and then you'll have a real mess in your hand. So I take my thread delivery, my thread spool stand, and I just thread it just like normal. It's no big deal, but what you want to do is eliminate this squirreliness. So even if this is 2 feet away from your machine, it's no big deal. You can move it as far away, up to a foot away, and the more distance it has, the more it has a chance to relax and not get all twisted upon itself. So make sure you use some sort of a pad under your spool cap. Use the proper spool cap on the end. Make sure this matches the end of your metallic thread, just like that, so it doesn't get caught in any of the slits that are in the top. And make sure it's far and extended, either straight up or straight across, and you shouldn't have any more problems with metallic threads. Remember, the more you know, the more you sew.